Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working on my Reading with Heba journal, and I am going to be documenting March. In March, our book club read The Island of Missing Trees, and I just grabbed a few photos from my Instagram handle. Basically, it's just photos that I post for our book club. And I'm going to create my library card using the Close to My Heart stamp set. So this time around, I wanted to change it up and stamp the library card, but I'm going to trim it down. So I'm going to make it smaller. I don't know. I wanted to change it up a little bit. I still want my layouts to be cohesive, but I like to change it up every once in a while. So I'm going to start by using a smaller library card, and that's why I didn't care that my craft paper was smaller. And I'm going to create my own pocket. I'm not going to use the die that comes with the stamp set. I'm just going to use a glassine bag, and I'm going to trim it down. It's really easy to do. Once you trim it down, you can fold, like you leave a little bit of space on the side and fold the side inwards and create a pocket. I keep all my glassine bags until I come up with ideas to use them for. And I actually have a class at Big Picture Classes right now sharing how to create an album using your glassine bags. But anyways, now that I'm done with my library card, I'm going to go ahead and stick down my photos. I will change it around a little bit later on because once I stick them down, sometimes I come in and stamp and the stamp doesn't fit, so I have to move my pictures around, which is a-okay with me. But I'm going to be stamping March. Again, as you guys know, I'm keeping this cohesive, so I've been stamping the month next to my library card. So I'm going to do that again for this month. And I'm just going to use these beautiful alpha stamps from the Paper Person shop. I always link everything I use down in the description box for you. Sometimes I forget the name of the stamp sets, but they will always be in the description box. Anyways, once I stamp March, I'm going to grab the book stamp from Carrie Bradford to stamp a little open book right next to March, just to bring in some color, and I will fill it in with some green ink because I wanted to try to match it with our book of the month, but not to the T, if that makes sense. So I wanted to bring in some of the green from the tree on the cover of the book, but I'm not going to go with blue and just stick to blue. I will also use my Reading with Heba stamp set to stamp Reading with Heba in between my two photos, and it doesn't work out. This traveler's notebook is getting really bulky and it's getting harder to stamp in. So what I decide to do is just to stamp it on a label and then use that label to cover up my boo-boo. And it works out perfectly. I always recommend this. Try to figure out different ways to cover up boo-boos on your spread. Don't try to start all over again because you're just wasting time and it's going to frustrate you even more. So just try to figure out different ways to cover up any stamping mistakes. It saves you time and it's pretty easy to do. This is where I do have to move around some of my photos because the label is a little bit bigger than where I stamped. That's okay because my tape runner is just beautiful. It does not tear any paper or anything like that. It's easily removed and it sticks on your paper forever. I don't know how they do it, but it's just the perfect tape runner. Anyways, I want to use the stamp set from Everyday Explorers. It had the books, and underneath it, I think it said like the type of books. I'm not even sure, but I didn't want the whole stamp. So I decided to cover up the bottom portion and just stamp the book. And then I stamp a little something. I think I stamped read this or read that. I can't remember. But anyways, I don't like it. I stamp it and I feel like it's so bold and it's too much going on that side of my spread. So I leave it as is for now, but I will end up covering it up. I stamped the end above my library card, and this is where I decide I'm just going to grab some scrap paper. Well, it's paper from my notebook. I purchased from Archer and Olive the notebook paper, and it's perforated so you can tear it out and cover a full page if you want to, or you can use the paper to cover up boo-boos like I am doing right now. I'm actually going to share with you the notebook I'm talking about. It's right there. It's perfect if you are working in Archer and Olive notebooks because it all lines up. It has the rounded corners and it's perfect for that. But anyways, so I decided to use some washi tape so I can cover up any like add-ons that I added in that corner, and I add a little bit more washi tape in the opposite corner. It's a great way to add some color and also to cover up all the mistakes I've done throughout this layout. So at this point, I'm going to bring in some color. I want to use some of my book die cuts and stickers. So I found this beautiful flower from a very old die cut pack, and it matched really well with my book cover and my theme. And, you know, we read about a tree and stuff like that. So I decided to add the flowers. I'm going to add the sticker that says library because I did grab this book from my library, and I'm going to use this label sticker right underneath it. It's a great way to add a little something to my library pocket or my library card pocket and color to my spread. So I'm almost done. I'm going to use my Reading with Heba stickers here as well, but I felt like the layout wasn't balanced well. That bottom corner felt very empty and it needed a little something. So I'm going to go back to that Carrie Bradford stamp set and stamp a stack of books. And then I'm going to grab my Crayola markers and color in some of the books just to bring in a pop of color and fill those out. And then I believe I just finish up my spread by adding my favorite floral little mini stamp from Everyday Explorers just to add some sparkle and sprinkle to my spread. And then I call my layout done. But that's about it, you guys. I do want to remind you about my Reading with Heba book club. It is free for everybody. I always have it linked in the description box for you. All you have to do is follow the account on Instagram and be a part of this very fun and amazing book club. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.